Hello, are you waiting for me? Come on. I've got some garlic here, which I planted in September. It's a very early variety called Sprint. Now, it might be ready normally by the end of June, but normally I would look to harvest that in mid-July. But if you look closely, you can see that the foliage is looking very yellow. You can see these orange blotches on there, and that's rust. That's leek rust. You very often see it on the outside of leeks, and it's a fungus. And it's been caused, or at least increased dramatically, by this very wet weather we've had. It's been warm and wet, and that's lovely conditions for a fungus like that. Now what it's doing is it's attacking the foliage. It shouldn't attack the bulbs, but it will affect the bulbs because if there's no foliage, they can't get any bigger. Whereas if the foliage was really green, the bulbs would go on swelling for another few weeks. So if your garlic's looking healthy, leave them, but if you've got this, it's time to dig them up. When you're harvesting garlic, always dig it up. Don't pull it because you don't want to damage the basal plate where the roots attach to the bulb. So if we take that out of the ground, it's not bad. It hasn't got that sort of tautness that you get on mature garlic, but that'll be fine. That's perfectly okay. What you have to do is dry it. Dry it thoroughly and then store it. The smaller ones will eat fresh. Fresh garlic is slightly milder, sweeter, and it's got a real taste to it, flavour rather than a sort of accent. There's a very garlicky taste that we all recognise. But this is subtler and deeper. And if you roast it and just eat the heads whole, they're absolutely delicious. Or you roast it with a chicken, say, and it's perfect. So don't feel you have to store it all. Garlic is a greedy plant. It really does do well on rich, well-drained soil, which is sometimes hard to combine those two. But it really repays adding plenty of compost to ground that's got garlic. Do you hear the cuckoo? That's almost the last cuckoo of the year. A few more weeks and then she'll be gone. Oh, there we are. Listen. Well, I'm not that disappointed by that. I see it as a rescue mission. We've salvaged a crop of garlic which will get eaten. It just won't get stored very well. We've got some more that should store better later. Now, talking about storage and getting eaten, there's a tradition in the Don household whereby we lift the first new potatoes, whatever variety they are, at the beginning of July, July the 8th, because that's my birthday and it's like a little birthday treat to myself. But this year, I'm doing a trial. I've got 6 different varieties of new potatoes and I want to compare how they get on. And I'm going to leave that for another few weeks. But I thought, seeing as it's midsummer, I'd have a little sneak preview. Now, everybody loves rummaging around to see what potatoes they've got. So if I just dig in under there and lift. Oh, look, there are some. There we go. Now, this is a variety called Foremost. There we go. Look at that. They're not very big and they're a bit scabby, but they probably taste quite good, or there aren't many of them. Now, one of the immutable laws of nature is that however much you rummage around for potatoes, you always miss one, usually quite a big one. But you leave new potatoes in the soil until you need them. They don't store at all well, and when you lift them, the sugars start to change to starches quite quickly. So to get that lovely sweet taste, dig them just an hour or so before you eat them, or minutes even, and then you get a sweetness that you can't buy. And maybe a little bit of garlic, a little bit of potato, that'd be good.